Welcome back to JB Reviews. Today we're going to do a review on a 2021 Dodge Durango SRT 392. It's going to have a 6.4 liter V8. Let's hop into it. Special thanks for Tate, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram here in Frederick, Maryland for allowing me to do this video today. Be sure to check out their inventory and give them a shout. Let them know you saw this video too. Before we get started, I have to show you the window sticker. I mentioned in the title this is a perfectly optioned Durango, and the reason why is because this is pretty much priced under $70,000 with options. Now your base price, as you can see, is $62,995, and then this is everything that's going to come standard on this Durango. Now if you would like, be sure to pause it, that way you have a better idea of all of the standard equipment. And everything else continues on this side for your standard equipment. And starting with your options, you do have a black package, so everything that you saw on the outside, the exhaust tips, the wheels, rear metallic badges, all that came a part of that package. The sunroof was $1295. Blind spot and cross path is optional. With destination at $1495, you have a total price of $67,775. And check out your fuel economy numbers: 19 on the highway, 13 in the city, 15 combined. And this does have a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. If you're not familiar, Dodge did refresh the Durango for 2021. So pretty much everything you're seeing up front is going to be brand new. I love the overall design. The headlights have been refreshed. Fog lights have a nicer design. And all the grills that you see are pretty much redone too. At first, when I walked up to it, I thought that this was an area here for air, but it's not. But you do have your hood vents, your heat extractors on the side here, and all these are functional too. Now speaking of heat extractors, the reason why you would need that is because, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a 6.4 liter V8. Now this is going to be good for 475 horsepower, so this thing has a ton of power. And if 475 horsepower isn't enough, Dodge decided to add for 2021 a supercharged 6.2 liter Hemi, good for 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque. You do have full LED headlights, and this is like it's throwing out light on the road too. Maybe one day I'll do a video showing you guys this in action, but this is going to be your high beam also. It does have a switchback turn signal too, which is going to be LED too. And you do have dual beam projector style fog lights. And these are pretty bright on the road too. I have seen these in action. If you look at it from the side view, you can't tell that this is a 2021 model. It looks pretty much the same as the 2020. But apart from that, you do have a really nice wheel design. These are going to be 20-inch wheels wrapped in, 295, 45, 20. And these are going to be Pirelli P0s. And check out your 6-piston brakes. I like that red on this black. Looks really nice. They do give you a 392 badge on the side. Your mirrors do have turn signals, and there's not any bright features on this exterior. I mean, everything is pretty much blacked out, or you can pretty much see the red calipers. But overall, like I said, out back, you're gonna have the same design as you've seen before. I was kind of hoping that they would maybe do something a little different for the Hellcat, since, you know, someone's gonna be spending $90,000. I thought they might have given it a different taillight design, or just made them completely blacked out or something like that. Out back, you do have blacked out emblems. Your Dodge Durango and your SRT badges are going to be blacked out alongside of your full drive badge. Parking sensors, and they do give you a black look to your exhaust tips too. And check out how dark this thing is in the shade. Man, this thing looks so good. So inside the interior, pretty much everything that you see is what you've seen on other Dodge Durangos, with the exception of the steering wheel. They do give you a sportier steering wheel. It has somewhat of a flat bottom, and these seats have a little bit more bolstering, and they do show an SRT badge on them too. But I do like this Alcantara with the leather. You can upgrade these to full leather seats if you like. If you opt for the high performance Laguna seats, it looks like they only come in the red. Now, if you do get those seats, it is going to have the silver interior accent stitch. So that's going to be $15.95. And like I said, this is the only color that shows available online. Now let's get back to the video. But overall, I do love this new dash. This new dash looks amazing. I mean, you have a 10.1 screen, and I love the way that this is laid out too. Let me go ahead and start it up for you. And really nice refresh over the 2020 in my opinion. This is so much clearer. I don't know if it's a lot faster, but it definitely does add just a nice touch to this interior. I do like the overall dash design too, and they give you some nice little accents too on the interior. The steering wheel is going to be powered. It has a little dial here on the side that you can adjust it. Inside of your gauges, you see you do have a 180 mile an hour speedometer, and this is going to be all digital here. So I'm going to show you two things in here. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but the first thing I want to show you guys is your SRT pages. So I'm going to go to the beginning here. Alright, so the first thing that you'll see is your 0 to 60. You also have a 0 to 100, 60-foot timer, and you also have a reaction time. Reaction time for a quarter mile, braking distance, and this is going to be for your current G-forces, and then this is the peak G-forces, and then this is like a lap timer, and then this gives you like a lap history. And if you like to set your top speed, this will actually keep track of that for you too. And then the next thing is, I do love how Chrysler sets this up for you too. They do give you a spot here for your fuel economy, and then you also have something for your current too. So this is definitely helpful. And the last thing I want to show you, I guess there's three things. I do like these gauges too. This does keep track of your engine power, your engine torque. It does it in kilowatts for you, tire pressure, coolant temperatures. These things are very important on a high performance car, especially if you're going to take this to a track. And then this is just pretty much everything else. Battery voltage, intake air temperatures, engine torque, and engine power, as you just saw. So as I mentioned, I do like the new screen. I love the way it's laid out. It's not as fast as the Uconnect 4 in my opinion. I noticed that there's somewhat of a delay. With the 8.4 in the past, I feel like it was just a little bit more quicker when you hit certain things on here. But they do give you a performance pages on here too. I'm going to show that to you guys in a second. But ultimately, this is really easy to use. I think that Fiat Chrysler Automobiles has the best infotainment system of anyone. So if you would like to get to the performance pages, you can go to SRT, and you have controls, which is where you are right now, and you also have settings. And now we're going to click SRT. So you have your performance pages, you have drive modes and race options. Let's go in the middle here to drive modes. Love the way this looks too. This is really nice, like such a really nice setup. Now you can go into auto. They do have a snow, tow, and a custom. Now if you would like to set up the transmission, the all-wheel drive system, stability control, and suspension, steering, the sport, you can do so. You also have track. Now if you were to click on auto is going to basically adjust things automatically for you. They do give you snow, so this is going to give you full stability to make sure you stay in control of the truck. And then your tow, it's going to just change the transmission. It's going to hold the shifts a little bit better for you. All-wheel drive is set to 50-50, and then again you still have full stability. Now as far as custom goes, you can go in and change some of these features up if you like, and you would have to go to custom setup. They have an eco mode too. Believe it or not, I have a Hellcat, and I definitely use my eco mode sometimes because that car gets 9.5 miles to the gallon. If we go back out to performance pages, you can see that you can set timers, gauges, you can dyno the engine, you can check your G-forces as you're driving and your angles, and it does show your miles per hour too, and then it shows you your vehicle dynamics too. Now I don't see where you can go back out of here, so let's go back here and let's click race options. So you have launch control. This thing does have all-wheel drive, so launch control should be really fun. And they do give you a shift light too, so if you would like a shift light to come up in here, it will do so, especially if you're using these paddles. That's pretty much what it's used for. And then you can set the RPMs for the launch control too. Having a large screen does make navigation really nice to use. If you don't want to have to click on comfort, you can just go up here and it will give you some options. So that way you don't have to go through here, your comfort, and then go looking for your controls, things like that. So It's a lot easier in my opinion, this system over the 8.4, but I do like how fast the Uconnect 4 system was. Just below the screen, they do still give you controls for your audio and for your climate, so you don't have to go through the screen to turn on your heated seats, your cooled seats, your heated steering wheel. All of those things can be done just below. If you watched any of my videos, I say it all the time. I love having buttons. You can turn the screen off too if you like. And SRT's down here too, so if you want to get there a little bit quicker, if someone wants to race you, all you gotta do is just hit SRT just below here and set up your sport mode and be ready to go. Now back down here, you have a launch. They do give you your cautions, stability control, and your parking sensors can be turned off. And they give you 4 USBs. You have Type A, Type C's, and you have auxiliary. This is a spot to charge your phone if your phone has that function. Some storage just below, and 2 cup holders, and I don't know what this would be used for. My only gripe with this is you do not have LED lights inside of here. I feel like for 2021 they should have added that. I don't know why they didn't, but you do have a spot up here for your sunshades. This is going to be auto dimming, and as you guys saw on the window sticker, you do have the sunroof. It's going to be one touch, pretty easy to use. And just check out the overall design of this front seat here. I mean, your passenger is going to love you for buying an SRT because these seats hug you. So if your friends ever need a hug, you just tell your friends to come sit inside your Durango. One last thing I did not point out is you do have a red push button start button. I like this. Really good touch to the interior, just to show you that this is a performance vehicle. Now out back, you do have just your basic design as you would see on any of the other Durangos. They still give you the SRT logo in the second row. You do have captain's chairs, so if you get the captain's chair, this is going to be a 6-passenger. They do add your cup holders just below, and you do have AC vents back here with controls, heated seats, and you do have a regular power plug. It's going to be 115 volt, 150 watts with 2 USBs just below. And if you want to get your kids back here, this seat does drop down and lift up too to make it a little bit easier for you. There's actually a good amount of space in the back here for maybe some 10-year-old kids or younger. But if your kids are hitting a growth spurt, they won't be comfortable back here. They do give you cup holders on both sides, and these seats do not recline, but the second row seats do by pulling this handle right here. Alright, so out back you do have a power lift gate, and with the third row seat up, you have pretty good space back here, and this does lift up to give you additional things to store under here. And you have a storage cubby on this side. If you want to put the tailgate back down, just hit the button. It gives you about 3 seconds to move out the way. That way you don't hit your head. You don't have to run, in other words. Now, really quickly, I'm going to hop back inside. I want to show you guys this backup camera. This is the one negative thing I do not like about this Durango. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to hit SRT again. And we're at controls. I'm going to click on the rear view camera. Now, I know that this is something small, but they updated the system. I don't know why they will not give it a new camera. This camera gives you like a fuzzy view. And it looks good from my camera. I don't know if you can see, but it's just not as clear as it could be. And because it's on a bigger screen, this doesn't look good. I feel like they should have just updated that camera back there and gave it a lot more clarity. But apart from that, that's really the only thing I don't really like about this. As I said earlier, the taillights, I wish they would have done a different design for 2021 as opposed to carrying those same design over. But I do like the Durango. I think that this is probably one of the best SUVs on the market because of what it offers. You can get 700 horsepower inside this thing, or 475, which is a ton. And this thing can tow upwards of about 8,000. Now, obviously, it's an SUV. I don't necessarily recommend you do that, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys hear a couple of revs, and that will effectively end the video. Man, check that out. I threw down some mortar. Look how far it went. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and take this for a quick ride around the lot. I want to show you these numbers here really quickly. So if you do plan on doing some towing, these numbers are going to be important to you. Gross axle weight rating up front is going to be 3,200 pounds. Gross axle weight rating in the rear is going to be 3,940. And this does have an upgraded gross vehicle weight rating at 7,100 pounds. And they're stating that your cargo carrying or payload capacity is going to be 1,200 pounds. It's pretty much a generic number. They're all going to be at that or more, but they don't really weigh every truck at the factory. All right, so this thing does have a pretty stiff ride, and someone's actually coming to look at this today, so I don't want to drive it today. The responsiveness of this 6.4 is really good, and I can definitely tell you that if I was in the market for a Durango, I probably would skip out on the Hellcat and just go with this one, because I feel like this is ample power. It has all-wheel drive, so it's gonna feel a little bit quicker anyways. But here's one little launch. Oh yeah, this thing it feels good. Like, it has torque on demand, and the overall suspension going over the bumps is definitely really nice. Now if you go ahead and put this in, like, let's see, if you put it in sport or track mode, it's going to stiffen it up a little bit, and track mode is going to probably be unbearable for some people. If you don't like a stiff riding car, track mode is going to be unbearable. Transmission is nice and smooth. But hey guys, my memory card just got full. I don't know where it cut off at, but I'm going to end the video now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have not done so yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.